You're watching Dog-Eared Musings, and today I'm doing a little bit of a Valentine's theme read of books that have to do with love. Now, these aren't romances, but these are books that make me think about love. And I've kind of split them up into some themes about what I like to read about when I think about love. And be warned, I'm a Scorpio, and I'm also into lit fic, so these aren't like heart-rendering romances or anything, but they are books about jealousy, obsession, and the like. So let's get into it. Now, the first theme of this video, I'm going to be talking about two books that you can watch, bingeable TV series that go along with the books. So the first book is One Day by David Nichols. Now, this is a book that came out over 13 years ago, and it follows a love story and a friendship story between two characters. Their names are Dex and Emma, and it follows their life over the span of many decades, and it focuses on one specific day and how their lives change throughout the years and how their relationship changed throughout the years. Now, this is kind of a basic love story, but when it came out 13 years ago and the movie came out when I was in high school, it was a movie that I still have a lot of nostalgia for, especially because Jim Sturgis and Anne Hathaway I love them in this movie, even though Anne Hathaway has like the worst English accent in this movie ever.
I met with a dialect coach in Los Angeles as much as I could.
So, my apartment's not far, shall we? How long are you staying for?
No hate to Anne Hathaway, but oh my god, the accent is bad. But that movie broke my heart in 5 billion different places. I won't spoil it, but oh my god. And then recently the show came out on Netflix. They did a remake, and I watched that in one night and binged the whole thing, and that broke me too. So if you're looking for a book and a TV show and a movie to binge watch and read, I would recommend One Day by David Nichols. Another book and TV show pairing that you can binge watch on this Valentine's is Tiny Beautiful Things. You might know her as Cheryl Strayed, or you might know her as Dear Sugar, but the original book, which also came out a while ago, is a collection of advice columns that were anonymously penned by Cheryl Strayed before we knew who her identity was. And this book was kind of a collection of her advice. And a couple years ago, this book was adapted into a very moving TV show. Now, I wouldn't recommend Cheryl Strayed's advice for everybody. There's some stuff that I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with, but I will say that when I read this book a couple months ago, there was a lot of her advice that I did take to heart and I did write down in my phone. And I mean, I think that's a thing with any advice column. Some things are gonna hit with you and some things aren't. And I thought that the show was also a very interesting and awesome adaptation that I was also able to binge in a night and sob about on my couch alone while eating a pint of Marco's ice cream. Anyway, Tiny Beautiful Things, another depressing Scorpio choice for a Valentine's watch. Now we move on to books for self-care, because if you can't love yourself, how are you gonna love anybody else or whatever? Sorry, gotta throw some RuPaul in there. Let's talk first about this book that is something that I accidentally stumbled on last December. This is the book How to Be an Explorer of the World, and this is written by Carrie Smith. Now, this is a really fun, interactive art book that provides exercises for the reader and little experiments on how to interact with the world in hopes of finding new inspiration for your artwork, but also for every day. Now, as somebody who's constantly trying to improve my solitude game and just trying to find more inspiration in the books I'm reading and the life I'm living, this was a really awesome book that I stumbled upon when it was given to me as a gift over the holidays. And it's something that I like when I'm bored or just looking for some inspiration. I'll look through the pages of the book and I'll find a new experiment. And it's been really fun, and it's made my solo dates way more fun to have kind of a assignment that goes along with them. Another book that is kind of self-care, but not really like a self-help book, it's a fiction book, is the book The Summer Book by Tove Jansson. Now, this is a book about mortality and death, and I did a whole book review and vlog about this book when I moved here in September. Now, why I think that this book is a book that focuses on self-care is this is Jansson's book that she wrote after her mom died. So this is really a kind of, not a healing thing, because I don't know Jansson, so I can't really speak for her experience, especially since she's super dead herself. But I would say that how Jansson talks about life and death and just how things are is just very matter of fact. It's meditative as well as being reflective. It's beautiful, and it is kind of an exploration about grief without it having any larger symbolism. It's just kind of a matter of fact exploration of the way things are. And for somebody who is a self-proclaimed overthinker, sometimes it's really nice to have books that just tell you that life is okay and that things are just the way they are in their brutality and their beauty. If you're somebody who tends to spiral a little bit, then Jansson's A Summer Book might be a good self-love book for you. And now we're going to go into books about unrequited love, passion, and affairs. These are two books that are about people going through spirals. One is this really tiny book by Annie Arnaud, which it is tiny. I think it's under 100 pages. Oh yeah, it's super under 100 pages. It's 61 pages. And look at the margins.
I got margin call.
You could probably finish this in under an hour. But this book packs a punch. It's all about a woman who she is going through an affair and her partner goes off and leaves her, and this is all about her ruminations about the other woman that this man is leaving her for, and kind of that inner spiral that woman goes through. Another book that is all about ruminations and spirals and passion is Elena Ferrante's Days of Abandonment. Now, I feel like maybe this is like an antithesis to Valentine's Day, but also it is all of the feelings of love and passion and just like what love can bring you to. It is a book that will make you just like uncomfortable, but if you are someone who enjoys the drama, this is a book for you. And I feel like if there's anything that Valentine's is awesome about, is it's all about the drama. Days of Abandonment for if you need some passion and some heartbrokenness. So those were my picks. Those were 6 books to get you through this holiday season that some people love, some people hate. Regardless, I hope that your February is filled with awesome chocolate and pints of ice cream, because God knows we need it. Anyway, this has been Dog Ear Musings. I'm Monica. Happy reading.